Morning, everybody. How's it going? Oh, long crazy nights, huh? Is everybody having fun? I need to set up all my stuff. I didn't have anything right, did I? Well, are you surprised? Are you surprised is the question at anything that's happened. I mean, it's wow. Any of it. You know, when this all started, everybody's like, oh man, they're gonna do martial law. They're gonna do all this. Well, they're not gonna do martial law just yet. Come on, man. They gotta do the poking and the prodding. I've been saying it for a while. They're waiting. They want us to make the first move. They want us to create the problem so they can do martial law. But all this stuff going on, guys, only thing I can say is your personal relationship with Jesus Christ is more important now than ever. If you don't, if you're not, if your faith is where it needs to be, and if you're not a saved Christian, then man, these times coming up, it's gonna be a free for all. I can see it, man. These people are gonna be, they're gonna be they'll do anything. You've seen them at the Black Friday sales. Look what they do for a TV. Think about what they'll do for a bologna sandwich after they hadn't had nothing to eat for a couple of days. Hold on 1 minute. I gotta go do something. Alright, sorry. That wasn't very smart of me. I put my old dog out this morning, and I got her her food, and she's real good about opening the door for herself if I just leave it. She will she'll do her own entries and exits. So we got a little deal going, her and I mean all the dogs. But we're talking about what's going on, man. This is crazy. These people, they're serious. They've been serious. Hey Fred, what's up, man? Oh. Now Fred, you're in South Africa, is that right? So is it nighttime there? No, it's nighttime there, isn't it? I know Ellie tried to she tried to talk to us about, the time frames and when she could come on and when she couldn't. And the time frame for us is just, we're so stuck in our ways. It's hard for us to adapt to other people. I was gonna play some videos, just some short ones, nothing crazy, but I'm not sure who or what we should look at. There's so much so much out there. We the picture going around about the airplane. That was pretty crazy. Me and Alan looked at it, and the first thing that happened for me was on Twitter. I shared it, and somebody I follow, immediately, man, didn't take no time. They sent me back a deal debunking it, and saying, oh, well, it's just poor video footage, and all this, and those same pictures in that. I took and I blew them up. I zoomed them. I was like, dude, this is definitely a balloon, man. Check out this huge C-10 transport, man, and it's got yards and yards of sheet metal and not a rivet, not a seam, nothing. You look at the engine, can't see no turbines in there or nothing. It just, wow. It's just sad. Then me and Alan were talking, and I was like, dude, it is not hard to believe that freaking thing was done right out there in the Mojave Desert, or somewhere in California, Nevada, out there at a landing strip. It's not hard to believe at all. And one of the videos I watched, it was being taken, and the plane went past. And when you saw the plane going away, it looked like the bottom of that plane wasn't 2 feet off the ground. You could barely see the edge of the tires under it. It was almost like it was a Mardi Gras float, with the airplane stuck on top of it. It was crazy. I was like, my God. Hey, Flame, what's up, man? You're up awful early. Well, I think Johnson, you're up. It's not time for you. Flame, it's not for you. You're here in our quadrant of the world. But I've been reloading big time, man. That's Stu. Right, Stu. I mean, when you look at those things, that's just the guy's sitting on the plane. Isn't that funny? The guy's sitting there, and the airplane's supposedly going down the runway, and he's being videoed, and he's just like, we're just gonna, just on the wheel of an airplane, man. Some of that stuff is just beyond. But so many people, I was telling Alan yesterday, it's over, man. The generation that we're in, this time that we're in, if it's not a 15 or 30-second clip, they're not going to do any research. All they look at is the headline, boom, boom, boom. Oh, man. And they understand. Or, 15-second click. Okay, I got it now. I understand it all. The whole deal about people are stupid. The problem with them is they don't realize how well they know. And so everything they know, they feel like, hello, what's up? Morning, everybody. I hear all the dogs. Everybody's up. Everybody's running. But they don't understand how dumb they are. And it's thanks to our public education system. Remember the old public service announcements? The more you know. Really, y'all should have been saying the less you know, the more we control. Oh, I like that. I just made that up. Right, Flame. Wars, rumors of wars, all of it. But those old public service announcers, they should have said that. The less you know, the more we control. Because that's, guys, honestly, is that not what happened? Is that not what's happened? We got nothing now. Man, we got, I'm sure y'all heard it. Last week, Oregon. Good morning, dear. I'm doing a live stream. Morning to you. I'll be in there in a few minutes. This won't be long. But Oregon, they passed, the governor signed a bill saying you no longer have to pass a final exam to get a high school diploma in Oregon. So if you want to show up, you don't have to pass. We'll give you a degree. Anywho, and that's just, you gotta love that. Is that Nashville? Where you at, Nashville?
Right here.
Are you knocking on my door with your tail?
Yes.
Are they out now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
That garage was open.
Oh shit. Why don't?
Yeah. Sorry, I took Tinker out. Miscommunication by the wife. I'm sure they have, Stu. I'm sure across the board. Well, like my wife said, the new RN students that they get, they get up there, and they're not anywhere. They're not even close to being prepared to care for patients, especially critical patients. And that's a scary thing, man. Even these nurses coming out of BSN programs and stuff, very few of them can walk onto a job and go right into ICU or into surgery or anything. Wow. It's just, man, it's sad. My wife is very discouraged in the education system of the healthcare providers going forward in our future. It is sad. The surgical tech programs, when I was the last year, 1 year, 12 months straight, 5 days a week. I think we had one break. We had one break around May. We were off for 1 week and then we came back. But it was all day, every day, man. We went in 3 days a week. We went to the hospital and scrubbed surgeries every day. Those people used us as slaves, but that's how you learn. That's how you learn these days. Man, it's scary. Nurses used to, and this is what was crazy, they used to have to calculate the dosage to give to that patient of that particular drug because they came in, a lot of them came in multi-dose vials. So, okay, I've got to give him this much over this amount of time. I actually had to figure out, okay, he's 200 pounds. This is a dose for that. And they had to figure all that out. Now they just pull it out of a Pyxis, load it up, and done. They don't have to do that math anymore. And it's weird. Oh, did I show you guys? I need to pull this up. I did. I showed it on another video. But it's worth showing again. Always worth showing again. Because it kind of blew me away. This is a good one. Let me share screen. I found it. This is pretty cool. I sent it to my wife, and so many people just, they just refuse to acknowledge. But look at this. This is an email I sent my wife, and she says right there, this is crazy. Most people, they'll be like, well, who is she? They always do that, man. Anybody that's on that's on the wrong side from them, man, they're a quack, man. Idiocracy. I watched that last week. My wife had never seen it, and it was so funny. She's sitting there, and she kept going, what are they doing? I said, baby, that's the premise of the movie. That's where America's going to be if we don't fix this crap. And she's just like, this is stupid. This is just stupid. And I was like, yeah, that's the whole idea of it. I watched a real good deal about nanotech, and we don't realize how much nanotech is actually out there. I didn't realize that they're making a cotton that's nanotech. And this still I watched it said when you wear these clothes that's got this nanotech in it, you can inhale those fibers, those small little nanotech fibers, and they get in your system and they create trouble. This guy was saying, he was telling the whole way to detox yourself from all the nanotech and the GMO stuff. It's pretty interesting. He was going on and on about, the different products we use that have nanotech in them already. And I think most of us don't even realize it, but we they've sure been poisoning us for a long, long time. And I still, my wife, I don't know, they got last 2 weeks, they've had a pretty good increase in patients. And they just got 25. Think about this. They got 25 new vents from the state. And they had a patient waiting for every one of them. And there's people showing up and they're sick. They're sick. And from what she said, there's really not many in-betweeners. They're either really sick or they're just positive and, get some treatment and go home. But then the other group is boom. I mean, going down. My wife last night, she got a call from one of our nurses going, "Hey man, I don't know what we're going to do. We've got a lady here in the ER and the end is near. The end is near. And we have hey Morgan, what's up? And we don't have no place to put them." My wife said, "You find a room and you find that woman a room now. And she's not going to die in the hallway." I mean, what do you do? They're full. I'm looking for beds. And I'm interested. I'm not going to really press her on it yet, but I want to know some numbers. I want to know how many are illegals, how many are vaccinated, how many aren't vaccinated, how many are, how many are premorbidities, how many are, there's a whole list of why all of a sudden these people in the middle of summer. Because all around town, everywhere I go and stuff, and nobody's wearing masks. Everybody's pretty cool. Some are wearing masks still. Some aren't going to stop. But not really seeing it out in the community. But boy, man, she's getting hit hard at the hospital. Yeah, they got those vents. They got nurses coming from the state. And it's weird. I told her, okay, let's see. It's been about a week and a half since 2 weeks since they started getting hit. And that's what I think is so weird. Why all of a sudden, boom, and then went straight up? What happened? What changed? That's what my problem is. It was around here. The hospital's all quiet on the home front, man. It was everyday business, full-blown surgery schedules. Everything was going good. And then all of a sudden, bam. And they shut things, all that down, right? My daughter works in scheduling. And Tuesday and Wednesday, they told them, they said, look, since everybody's canceling everything, we don't have much for y'all to do. So we're going to go down the line. We're going to flex you off. And what's funny about that is those departments, a lot of departments also have nurses. But those nurses say, I only do this. And I told my wife, I said, how can you have an RN or a nurse with a master's and them be able to just work one little niche? I said, their job description has a lot more to it. And these people, they can refuse to go help in the ER or go help in ICU or wherever. Heck, go do vitals, go pass meds, do something, And she's like, I know. And she said, I'm going to do something about it. She said, we got too many that are one-trick ponies. I said, geez. And as a nurse, that's the last thing I'd want to be, is a one-trick pony, because, man, like this, bam, your department gets shut down for emergency situations and you can't do anything else, and they're not going to pay you. You got to take you got to use your vacation time or your sick time or something. So we know We know. We see it. We see it coming. It's been coming. We all know, all of us that are in this generation X, we've been seeing it coming. I mean, it's just wow. You watch these older movies, and it's just amazing the things they put in there. I was watching, I guess, what was it, The Office last night, and this was funny, and I'm y'all do this too. Gets the little things they say. So when that guy, what's his name, James, I forget his name, that was playing Robert California, and he takes him to his big house, and he's in there going, he's talking about, oh, and this room leads to that room, which is where all the sex and all this goes on, and they go, well, really? He goes, well, that was during my eyes wide shut days. And when he said that, I told my wife, I said, did you hear that? She's like, what? And I said, he just referred to his sex dungeon. It came about during his eyes wide shut days. And she doesn't really know that movie. She's never seen it. And so I explained it to her, and she's like, oh, yeah, that's Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. She's creepy. And I was like, oh, yeah, their whole family. It's a crazy story with those people. Wake and bake, guys. Wake and bake. Smoke it if you got it. But the news going on, all this is just so ridiculous, guys. How do so many people fall for it? Well, I know how. That's a rhetorical question. But do y'all know very many people like this? Because I don't personally know people like this in my sphere of influence. My wife, she's like, it's my job. She gets upset with me because I'm like, tell them to piss off. You don't have to do that. And she's like, look, it's my job. And I'm like, oh, baby, please, man. She's so worried about her losing her job, and she can just see it, man. If she lost her job the next day, she just knows the next day we'd be on the streets. We'd be having like cults do. There's lots of them. It is. I mean, they've got us so locked into these jobs that people cannot imagine saying no and standing on a principle for fear of losing that job. They will compromise. They will. They've got us so programmed. And that's what's bad about the way they broke up the family. One of the things I found interesting, it's been several years, and somebody out there in the news media said it, and they pretty much got in trouble for it. They got canceled for it. And they came out and says, look at the Hispanic community. There'll be 3 families living in one house. Why? They're not doing that because they're cheap. They don't want to. It's family. They stay together. They just stay together. That's one of their traits. Their parents, very few Hispanics get put into nursing homes. They take care of their parents. Are they having reactions? Yeah, I mean, I told her when I used that EMF tester on her, Stu, and she went through the roof. You should have seen the look on her face, man. I was like, I told you, that nanotech makes you an antenna. They can now communicate with you wirelessly with that stuff in there. And God, I hope she doesn't start having. Really, Stu? Wow. You're going to have to line us out on that. Where are they? Which one did they take? What's their prognosis? Wow. That's huge. Knowing somebody now that has a family member that's having adverse reactions, that's pretty big news. The guy who invented the test, he said Under their arms. Okay, so they're getting big old lymph nodes and lipomas in their lymph systems, huh? Wow, that's pretty quick. Oh, those are painful too, man. Woo, man. Well, Stu, that's all we can do, man. They scared my parents so bad. My parents have been just frightened since this all started. My mom had colon cancer. It's 5 years ago now, and my dad, since that day, he's been worried about her because she had chemo, right? And of course, they tell him now they're really susceptible to infection right now. Well, in his mind, she is still just as susceptible to infection as she was during chemo. And, he won't let go of that. He's just so worried. And she's like, yeah, man, if he says, no, I don't need to go out in public, I ain't going out in public. And so they both got their shot as soon as it was available. And so far, knock on wood, they've had no side effects. But the Moderna that my wife took, I mean, I showed it on the video the other day. First ingredients is ethanol glycol. The first ingredient. Second ingredients is nanoparticulates, lipid nanoparticulates. And YouTube looked me up on that because I've got the Moderna insert, and that's true. I'm not giving medical disinformation. I can't. Yeah, Fred. A lot of sweating. And then think about women. That's the last thing they want to do is sweat. They'll do anything to keep from sweating. And that video I watched, the guy was talking about how nanoparticles have been in cosmetics for quite a while now. And think about women putting that, on their face every day. My wife she wears a light, layer of makeup every day. She doesn't paint up too heavy. She's not a lipstick person, and lots of eyeshadow and different things, but she wears some. And I just tell her, I said, none of that's good for you. My daughter Alex is having huge health problems. She's been overweight for the last 10 years. She won't exercise. She won't eat right. She just keeps going to the doctors looking for a pill. She keeps thinking, there'll be a pill. And she reads too much. She reads about all this stuff, and man, every symptom she reads about, she has. And she won't listen to me. I send her stuff about frequency. I send her stuff about, her diet and detoxing and, giving herself a fresh start, get her body cleaned up. And she don't listen. I'm a dumbass. I don't know anything. And then, I told her, I said, does my situation not prove to you that the things I'm telling you are true? I've been going on, it'll be 5 years since I broke my back. I still don't take pain pills. I haven't had to have any surgery. I'm still able to get up and do things every day. I'm not comfortable. I'm not great, but gosh, I string together days, 5, 6 days, maybe even 2 weeks at a time where I feel good every day. I'm not hurting too bad. I'm going to have a level of pain the rest of my life. I'm not going to be able to do the things I always wanted to do. I can't go play golf 4 days a week, but by God, I'm doing better than she is. She's only 26 years old. And so everybody pray for her, man. She's struggling right now. And I don't know. I can't convince her. She trusts medicine too much. She won't try anything I suggest. So she's supposedly gonna go see a pain management guy now. And I guess that's a generation the millennials go to is that if I can't get rid of it, let's numb it. Let's just numb it, and we'll be in a fog all the time. But hey, I'm better than I was. Geez, we're already at 35 minutes. I didn't mean to go this long. Yeah, Fred, it's weird on those I remember the first time I saw an insert. Man, that thing folded out, to this big. They have every language on it. It's the tiniest print. I mean, tons of information. That PDF I got about the Moderna. Yeah, pain management, right? Well, these guys, and the funny thing about pain management, when I first hurt myself, I went to some pain management guys, and I didn't ask for any painkillers. I didn't ask for nothing. Well, I got a cervical injection and a lumbar injection. Well, the first time I went for my injection, he went, hey, but, oh, hi, it's Evan. Hi, Baxi. He went in anterior, went in from the front. And they sedated me. And I wake up in my room. They're like, okay, we're all done. Another 30 minutes. And you can go. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, so y'all injected both? And they're like, yeah. Went into your neck and, posterior and your back. Okay. So I start feeling, looking. Like, where'd they go? I mean, they numb you up, right? They put local in there, then they put the spinal needle in there, and there's always a hole. There's a mark, and your skin is numb. And I'm like, I'm not numb anywhere. I don't see a puncture anywhere. I'm like, what the hell? So I asked them, I said, can I get my pictures? And they're like, oh, yeah, sure. Sure, we can get your pictures. Still had never got any pictures. Even had another orthopedic surgeon request them from him. Yeah, we want the pictures of his cervical ESI and his lumbar ESIs, and never got them. I don't think he did it. I think he ripped me off. I don't think he did it, and I think he took my money and ran. And so I come back in about a week, and they're like, okay. And they said, here's the deal. If you want to sign up on the program, we'll have a schedule for you of things we'll do to help your pain management. And she hands me this form and says, fill this out, and we'll go forward. I'm like, okay, I've already filled out a ton of paperwork. What is this? She goes, well, this is talking about what we're going to do, and you consent to that. So I'm filling it out, and I flip pages, and I'm filling it out. And then I come to this section, and it says, if you will be required to do a urinalysis drug screen. And if you test positive for any illegal substances, we won't treat you. And I read that, and I was like, why wouldn't you put this on the first page of your pain management forms when people sign up? I said, because if this had been on the first page, I would have walked out. I wouldn't be here. I said, this is a whole second deal. You get all my money, you get all this, and then you spring this on me. And I told her, I said, first off, I don't want any pain medicine from you. And so this is a non-issue. And she goes, well, we do drug screens anyway. And I was like, you're not doing one on me. And she goes, well, if you don't take one, or if you take one and you fail it, we fire you as a patient. And I was like, you fire me? You're going to fire me? Okay. I said, whatever. How about I fire you? And we're done. See ya. I walked out. Never went back. Those people, what a joke. But everybody, good seeing everybody. It's good to be back, have my channel up. We got a lot. Alan's got a lot of rock things going on. We got, y'all see, he's doing 2 shows a day almost. He's coming out of his skin. Yeah, we got to stick together, guys, as a community. We know it's the ones on the narrow path. We got to be there for each other. I'm gonna wrap this up. Everybody take care. Remember, discernment, good vibrations. Take care of everybody and be positive. Yeah, love you all, guys. Take care.